everyone, and welcome to the first time ever, a segment called Winston WOW Moments. We've mentioned previously that God led us in a direction to share moments in which we just simply said wow. And so I know that we have a time and really moments that happens in our lives that will help encourage you, but we're also encouraging ourselves by sharing these wow moments together. So I hope you enjoy, because we do have a wow moment as we say wow. So the first time, what wow moments have happened in your life recently?
There's so many wow moments. There's one thing about God. He continues to just amaze us in our lives of what he continues to do for us. But to start out, I guess it's the biggest wow that just really made me say, now
Wow.
God, wow. As you know, my wife has recently had to suffer the loss of her parents. And as husband, I'm able to see my wife at her best, and I'm able to see my wife in other moments.
My worst.
I wasn't gonna say that.
You've seen them.
But my wife, as beautiful as you see her now, this is not what I was seeing during those moments of bereavement. Matter of fact, wow, did you brush your teeth today? Wow, we just gonna leave your hair like that tonight.
Braid it up, yes.
Wow, that's how you gonna come to bed?
I am.
So
I'm tired. I'm suffering. My heart broke. I lost my parent. I'm coming to bed just like this.
And all I could say was wow. But in this wow moment of my wife, like I say, she was transitioning into a ceiling from color purple, and
Well, ladies, if your man, your husband have not seen you as Celia, then they don't appreciate and deserve to see you like Courtney. So I'm glad you saw me as Celia and still love me as Courtney in my sackcloth and ashes and all.
well, I was definitely Harpo.
Now, Harpo.
Yeah, I was Harpo.
And you even saying color purple.
But anyway, I can't be Harpo.
You know Harpo. You told Harpo to beat me.
But in all seriousness, being able to really witness my wife since we've been married at her lowest point, to see her wake up crying, to see her crying throughout the day, to finally go to bed crying, to wake up in the middle of the night crying. I was able to witness, and I know that perhaps it's not popular in today's time to share the entire story, even though the Bible is full of the beginning, the middle, as well as the ending. And I share this because out of this I was able to witness a wow moment. Listen to Isaiah 61. It says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to those who are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn, to console those who mourn in Zion, to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joyful mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. But I want to go back to that third verse when it talks about beauty for ashes, because as I look at this beauty, who was recently, she was ashes, y'all. You know, ashes when you've been burned to the ground. Ashes is when everything that used to be or once was is no longer. Ashes, this is what I witnessed. But out of the ashes, I saw not just an outer beauty, but I saw an inner beauty. But then here's the wow moment. She decided to be a part of a photo shoot that she was drying tears on her way and preparing, and after really a good support system, just really saying, go head on and learn how to smile again. And she went, and do you know, it ended up going viral, the photo shoot. Last time I checked, 1.1 million views on social media. That was Twitter. Okay, I don't have an account, but 1.1 million views. And here was the wow moment, because out of the ashes, there's a beauty that can only come when you know what, I've been broken down to the point of ashes. And if I'm going to have breakthrough, if I'm going to be blessed out of this, it only comes from God. And I saw him transform this beauty back to even more beauty. And for that, I couldn't do nothing but say,
wow.
Say wow. Because I saw the way she was dressing. I saw how her head was wow. Wow. It was a wow. God, only you, God, could have did what you did. And so for that, when I look at you now, wow. And listen, she was getting all types of hits. People wanted her to be a top model. They was trying to sign her and for her to be a model. But here's the greatest thing that I love about this lady. There's one thing to model in front of a camera, and there's another thing to model in front of God. And I want to say thank you for being God's top model more than anything. Now, she's photogenic already, but there's one thing that God can say, stand still, let me take a picture. And I want to thank you for that wow moment.
Oh, now I'm not as upset when you call me silly. Thank you. Thank you. And as you were just playing back the journey, it really was a wow moment. And because I remember, of course, thank God for great people. I thank God for you. I thank God for my baby, because I really didn't want to go. And that shows how God will grace you. Because it was on a Sunday, and Sundays are tough days for me, because that's when my dad passed, and the next day when my mom passed. So those days of the week kind of are a little different, as you know. And so I went there, and just being there was a tough moment, because you're seeing people surrounded by their family, moms and dads, and it brought back the void that I was dealing with. And so for that to happen, and for me to find the joy of the Lord, to go through that moment and smile, and not even thinking how God will shine upon it, it really is a testament to his grace. Yeah. Because even when I was reading the comments, there were people talking about how it encouraged them, they're going to do the same thing for their mom, how they are just really encouraged to see what you've been through, and for you to be able to go through this photo shoot and laugh and smile. That's a testament to give back all that glory to God, because you've been there. I wasn't looking like that probably the day before. I wasn't smiling like that. Even yesterday was a tough day for me. So there's moments that God does allow his grace to really show its sufficiency, because other than that, it wouldn't make sense. And then for God to say, you know what, daughter, I'm going to give you even more comfort by millions of people celebrating your smile and celebrating your essence, which really comes from him, because I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't make it without him. And I'm glad that you shared the journey, because sometimes people don't see that. It's not something that you wake up and you just snap back from a death like that. But with us having so many people going through that in the community, it's a wow moment for them too. That God will continue to give you a smile. God will continue to strengthen you in tough times. God will continue to have people pour into you when you can't pour into yourself. So for that, I say thank you. And you're right, it's wow. Especially when you're talking about my sackcloth and my ashes.
And because I got to say this as we wrap up this first wow moment with the Winstons, I want to say that for so long in the church, I heard people's testimony about they didn't look like what they've been through.
We now know.
But my wife, she looked exactly like what she was going through.
It was tough.
She looked like she had just been called out of the tomb, Lazarus. She
Yes.
looked like perhaps she had been in a fiery furnace.
My mom gone, my dad
like,
gone. I looked like it. I sure did. And I didn't apologize for it. He's going to have to deal with it.
But God can put a wow. Now that I know the testimony, not only can he grace you to not look like what you've been through, but he can also grace you when you look exactly like what you've been through. Sweetheart,
Yeah.
wow.
All right, well, thank you all so much for joining our first wow moment with the Winstons. We know that God will continue to show himself strong, and as he continues to show himself strong through us, our prayer is that we can continue to show him to you all. So we hope that you were blessed by our first wow moment. Take care and have a fantastic week.
Wow.